Hey everybody, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to land your first paying coaching client even if you have no money. By the way, subscribe to my channel if you love videos on how to grow your coaching business because we release new ones every single week. Hey everybody, my name is Armin Chaffee and I built a multi-six-figure life coaching business, and now I spend my days helping other coaches build their business as well. Now, if you're just starting out in your business, maybe you want to become a coach, maybe you already started your coaching business and you're just kind of getting out there, maybe you're in the middle of a certification course and you're almost complete, and now you're wondering, how do I get that first paying client? Because the first paying client is a big moment for you. It's the moment you realize this can work. Someone can pay me, and more people can pay me as well. So I made this video because I meet a lot of coaches that just really can't afford. They don't have the money to pay for marketing, to pay for experts, to pay for building their business. And all they need is the first paying client, the first couple paying clients to actually fuel their business as well. So this is a training I made to help everybody out who's starting out, who really doesn't know how to get cash flow into the business first before they start investing it. Because eventually you need to invest into expert help and into marketing systems that can help you build your business. But until then, you do need some cash. I understand that. Not everybody starts with a budget or savings to build their business. So if you are struggling to land your first paying client, or you want to learn how to do that, then this video is going to help you do that and show you the 4-step process on what I've done and what I've done for myself and for other clients that I work with, and to help them get their first paying clients as well. Now, I remember when I started my coaching business, and the first ever client I landed, it was a big moment for me because I was just doing a lot of free coaching sessions to get my practice in. But one specific person I helped so much that after our session was done, she stood up and she literally whipped out $115 cash, slapped it on the desk next to me and said, "I want you to have this." And I said, no, it's a free session. Don't worry about it. She goes, "No, listen, you've literally helped me so much in my life from this one session. I just want to pay you the money because I think you deserve it and I want to give it to you." And I remember, her hugging me and walking out of my office, and I was sitting there. It was only $115, but something happened to me. I sat there and I thought, if she's willing to pay me, I know hundreds of other people are. Now, fast forward to today, I have a business with clients from around the world. I've done seminars in different countries. I've had 6-figure weekends, let alone years. And it's funny because when I look back at that moment was the starting point, the spark in me that this is possible. That if I can help someone just from coaching them, from sitting down, going through processes with them, helping them figure out solutions in their life and their predicament that they're in, and they're willing to pay me for that, then I can build a business off this. So hopefully in this training, I can give you that feeling. I could help you do that and get the same feeling so that it can spark the inspiration you need in your heart and in your mind and your body to make this work as well. Now, what I'm about to share with you, by the way, is worked for not just me, but also other people as well. I've worked with other clients that have also landed their first paying clients, even though they had no money in the beginning. One example is Jessica. Jessica landed her first 8 paying clients for a beta program she developed from using what I'm about to share with you, very similar to the method I'm about to share with you. Also, I helped a girl named Celine. Celine was an awesome person, helps people with self-care. She landed her first 2 high-ticket coaching clients paying. Her first 2 paying clients were high-ticket, and she made $5,000, $2,500 packages she sold in the first couple weeks of doing what I'm about to share with you. And also, Alicia landed her first high-ticket client at $2,500 as well, and she was able to make $2,000 as well, and she got that inspiration that this is possible too. So this is work for other people, and it could work for you if you just pay attention, grab something, start writing, taking some notes. I'm about to share with you what you need to do to get your first paying clients even if you have no money. So the first step of the 4-step process to landing your first client is you got to understand, nobody knows who you are yet. No one knows you're a coach. No one knows that you can do what you do. Nobody knows you even offer something to even come pay you. So the first step here is something I call an ask campaign, okay? Now, I did not invent this method. It's actually created by, the internet marketers I've studied as well. Russell Brunson, the Jeff Walkers, who created product launch formula. If you study any of their work, they've been at this for decades now. And they figured out ways of doing market research, but also getting interest in the marketplace. So I remember 4 years ago, I learned about Jeff Walker and the product launch formula, and he was talking about something called an ask campaign. Whether he called it that or not sure, but it was the same exact method, which is you ask for interest and then you create a program off that. So the first step here, if you want to land your first client, but nobody knows who you are, is to launch an ask campaign. Now, the way to do this, there is a very in-depth process on how to do this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would spend hours to do that with you, but I want to share this with you in a matter of minutes. I can't show you the whole process. I don't know how to in that short of a time. In my program with my coaches that I help, that I give them my entire system for launching an ask campaign to the last detail. But I can give you the very good gist of it, so you can actually go do this now from this video, so you actually have some results as well to get you going. So the first thing you have to do to create to launch an ask campaign is to launch something called an ask post. I call it an ask post because you're posting on social media. I use Facebook. You can do it on Instagram. It works best on Facebook. You could do it on LinkedIn if you have a following. But essentially, you make an ask post that sounds something like this. People have been recently asking me, how I was able to achieve this specific result. Now, the result you're going to talk about is something you want to become a coach in. So if you're becoming a health coach right now, or you want to be a health coach, you're going to say how I was able to lose 20 pounds in X amount of days, or how I was able to gain this much muscle without giving up carbs. I'm just giving an example. If you're a relationship coach and you want to help people with relationships, you could say, people have been recently asking me about how I was able to fix my marriage that was broken, or how I was able to find the love of my life, or how I was able to do X, Y, Z. You get the point. And so the post is really going to ask for anyone who's interested in doing what you have done. Now, you might not have the result personally, but you're really good at helping others and you have results in that. If you already have other people's results, you can even use that. People have been recently asking me how I was able to help X, Y, this person, that person, my mom, this client, just a name, do this thing. And if they're interested in the result, they will tell you. So let me tell you what the whole post sounds like. People have been recently asking me how I was able, I'll tell you the one I did, how I was able to earn $100,000, $115,000 in one weekend doing what I love, right? And I said, I've been thinking about creating a free training for this, or teaching my step-by-step process on this. Who would be interested? Let me know below. And I got like over 100 comments on just how I did this, or 80 or 90 comments. I got a lot of comments. People saying, I'm interested in learning this system, how you did 6 figures in a weekend doing what you love. And I funneled that into my ask campaign. So I got all these people interested to pretty much learn what I want to become a coach in to help them with. Now, once you do the ask post, you have to give them something called an ask survey. Now, there's an actual survey, a template I give my clients. I can't go over the whole thing with you, but I will tell you the major 3 things you need to get from the survey. We use a simple Google form, so you could just make it on Google form for free and send it out to every single person who is interested in the post, who comments saying, yes, I'm interested. You hit them up and you go, hey, no problem. I just need you to fill out a few questions to actually get, to build this program around what you're looking for, so I can make it good for you. Now, it could be a program. It could just be to make sure I teach you everything I want in the training. And if it's not training, you could just give sessions. You'll understand what I mean when I go through the whole process. So the survey, pretty much 3 things you want to cover in the survey, okay? So the first thing you want to figure out in the survey, however you figure it out, is what is their number 1 goal with learning what you're offering. So let's say you say I said how I was able to earn 6 figures in a weekend doing what I love by helping people through coaching, right? And so in my survey, I want to know what's the number 1 reason why someone wants to learn how to do this, why someone wants coaching on how to do this. Maybe 70% of the people who are interested told me that they want to make that kind of money to spend more time with their family. So now I know time freedom is their goal. Maybe they all say, I want to feel the rush of, being a leader in this world and doing something good for humanity. So impact or legacy is now their goal. So I figure out what the number 1 motivator behind why they want to learn this from me is. Now, the second thing I want to know from my survey is, what is the number 1 roadblock? What is the number 1 roadblock that is causing them to not do what, to not go and achieve what I'm telling them they can do? So I could have people come in and be like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what business to build. I don't know how to become a coach. And this might be the number 1 roadblock. Everyone who's interested in the result I asked if they're interested in might be holding them back from doing that thing. And so this helps me understand what I need to overcome to actually close them as a client. When I'm selling them, I'm going to say, when I'm offering them my program or my coaching, I'm going to tell them, I'm going to help you overcome this thing. Or I got to find a solution for the roadblock so that they don't get roadblocked to work with me. Does that make sense? And the third thing is the number 1 deliverable. Now, deliverable meaning what they want to learn. So over here, I would say something like, what's your number 1 goal with learning with doing this result, whatever you put in the ask post, okay? And then I'll ask, what's the one thing holding you back? What's the main thing holding you back from doing this result, for getting this result? And then the number 1 thing over here, the deliverable, is what they want to learn from me. So now I ask, what's the number 1 thing you want to learn when it comes to getting this result? So for me, when I ask, what's the number 1 thing you want to learn about getting six figures in a weekend by doing seminars and coaching, they all said, well, how do I fill a room? Or how do I make a seminar? Or how do I make a program to sell? Or how do I even sell? That might be my number one deliverable that they're asking me. So I know when I'm creating an offer to give them, I'm going to show you how to do that, because that's exactly what they told me they want. So that's the first step of actually going towards landing your first paying client. You grab interest, you hook curiosity in your warm network. In your warm network, obviously, if you have no money, you can't use paid traffic or ads or anything to get people to know you. So you're using the people that do know you already from your social media, maybe friends and family. I mean, at the end of the day, I also look at it like this. When you launch an ads campaign on social media, you also want to send the survey to people who you know as well that maybe not saw the post but might be interested. And so the whole point is to monetize your warm network in the beginning. And you do that by doing an ads campaign, grabbing interest, and collecting valuable market research data, free data on what the prospect wants, so that you can make an offer, a beta offer, that they can pay you to learn. Does that make sense? So that's the first step of landing your first paying client. Now, the second step to landing your first paying client is to create your beta offer. So what I mean by creating your beta offer is you want to create like a bird's eye view of what you're going to help them with in your coaching program by actually showing them what's going to happen. So this is like a bird's eye view. What you want to do is you want to create pretty much a 4 to 6 step process that you're going to walk them through using the data you got from the Ask survey. So everything, so if I know their number one goal, if I summarize the number one goal that they want to achieve from working with me as a coach to do this result I'm offering, then I'm going to put that as, I'm going to say the purpose of this program, my beta program, is to help you achieve this goal, because it's obviously what you guys told me you want. Now, the number one roadblocks, I'm going to make a list of the roadblocks. I'm going to ask myself, well, how do I help them overcome this? I create solutions for it, showing them that if you do this, this will not be a problem, or overcome their objections about the roadblocks. Like, hey, that's not a problem, here's why. And I'll put that in the process. And I'll also put it in the program if I can, in my coaching, to help show them how to actually overcome that. And the last one is deliverables. Obviously, I make a list of all the things people want to learn. I make sure I filter out the things that are irrelevant, and I put the relevant things in a 4 to 6 step process. And I kind of summarize it. You can't just put their list, the list of things in order and make the program like that. You have to look at it, see what part matters, what part doesn't. And so you create a 4 to 6 step process. I'll give you an example. Maybe for me, it's like I'm going to show you how to, do a seminar and make 6 figures in a weekend. And so I would say first step is get clear on your offer. Example, because if you make a seminar without knowing what you're going to sell, then you can't really start. So that's my first step. Second step is set up your marketing. Third step will be the logistics for the event. Fourth step will be create your sales presentation. Fifth step would be landing clients in the back of the room, and sixth step would be delivering it. I'm gonna give you an example here. This would be my 4 to 6 step bird's eye view process of my beta offer if I was doing it like this, right? And so when so I'm creating an offer set when I go talk to them, and I'm showing them what they can learn from me if they just pay the beta price and work with me, then this is what they're going to get. So creating the offer is very important because we're basing it around what they said they want. So there's a very high chance it's going to succeed and it's going to close people. Does that make sense? So pretty much the second step is take the survey results that you got from your ads campaign online from social media, your warm network, create a 4 to 6 step process that is going to be your offer, and work on something that makes that literally shows them, I'm going to give you exactly what you asked for. Does that make sense? So that's the second step for towards landing your first paying client with no money. Now, the third step towards getting your first paying client is simple. Now you want to offer each person a free session, okay? So you give away a free 30 to 45 to 60 minute session to everybody who actually filled out your ask campaign. And you can literally, even in the ask campaign, you could ask in the survey, you can say, hey, if you're interested in a free one-on-one session on how to do this thing, then, put your name below or email below or whatever, and you can make sure they subscribe to that. Create the offer based off the results. Now go back once you're done creating your 4 to 6 step process. And it doesn't have to be perfect, by the way. If you're starting out, relax. Like, don't sit there and be like, oh, I have to figure this out. No, you don't. You just have to make a very vague idea of what you're going to walk them through, and it might change over time. Who cares? You don't need to perfect this. In fact, I'll tell you something. If you're trying to make this perfect, this will not work for you. This process is about complete it's about imperfect action, okay? Imperfect action. It's about just going out there and trying things, asking if people are interested in something, then taking the results of what they said, making a beta offer, which means a first version beta process or a prototype of your program, so that it's really all trial and error right now. But if you have no money and you have nothing else to do and you want a paying client, you got to persist through the fear of failure, the fear of messing up, fear of rejection, and just get this done. So if you follow these steps, I promise you it'll work. So once you have the list of people who fill out your survey, you have a beta offer that you can, offer them. I'm going to tell you what to charge and all that right away. But what I want you to know is you create a step-by-step process. Here's what my program is about. Here's what my coaching is going to do for you. I'm going to walk you through week 6, week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, within 6 weeks from now, you'll have this end result, which is what they told you they want to do, the number one goal, by doing what you're offering them as your way of coaching. Now what you do is you go out and offer each person a free session. So you want to offer, a one-on-one session, and one-on-one for a reason, because you get to build a rapport with each person and actually offer the program. One-on-one free session, so like a free call, okay? And what you're going to do in that call is pretty much you're going to get to the root cause of their problems, okay? So you're going to help them solve those problems by giving them, teaching them what to do, but they're not going to know how to do it. So you're going to pretty much do your best to tell them what to think and what to do so that they know clearly what they need to do this thing, or give them the bird's eye view of the process so that they know they're clear on what they got to do, okay? Now, once you're done your free session and you kind of add some value to them by getting them clear on what they're doing wrong, what they're doing right, if you're, by the way, giving an offer on, how to do something that they're already trying, but if it's a new offer, you're just telling them the bird's eye view, showing them what they have to do, kind of like this. You see how I'm showing you a bird's eye view of how to get your first client? You kind of do something like this with them on a call, on a Zoom call, or you walk them through it so that they're clear, if I work with you, I understand what it looks like. So the free strategy call is really, the strategy session is free because what you're doing is showing them what they got to do so that they have to pay you to learn how. It's very important you don't try to teach everyone in the one-on-one session in 1 hour everything you know, because that's bad for them and it's bad for you. Not only are they not going to want to pay you afterwards because they feel like they know everything now, and second, you and I both know nobody learns and masters anything in 1 hour. So you're going to give them a bad version of what they got to learn to do, and they're going to have a broken idea and a broken a plan on how to achieve this goal, which they're not going to achieve. So the only way to achieve their goal is if they hire you as a coach. That's why landing your first paying client here is about giving them enough value about what to do so that they buy the how to do it. Does that make sense? So once you actually done the free session, the next part is very simple. Now, you pretty much land your first clients, okay? Now, how do you do that? Well, at the end of the call, at the end of the free strategy call, you're going to offer them the beta program that you created, the beta offer you created. And I'll show you exactly how to do that the right way on the call so that you do actually land them as a client. But first, let's talk about what you're going to charge. So essentially, the rule of thumb is when you're doing beta, you want to give anywhere from 50 to 75% off what you're going to charge in the future. So let's say you are on the call. So obviously, before the call, you're going to have this ready on the creating the beta offer, the pricing of it. But let's say you're on the call and you offer the value in the last 10 minutes of the 1 hour or the last 10 minutes of the 45 minutes. You're going to kind of offer them, what you can do, which is the 4 to 6 step process, showing them what they're going to get if they work with you. Now, I've done this exact same thing I told you with the other case studies in the beginning of the video I shared with you. Celine, Alicia, Jessica, they did the exact same thing. They literally just explained what they're going to do for them for the 4 to 6 week process, and people paid them high ticket money. Even in the beta, they paid them $2,000, $2,500, right? And it also works for lower price as well, if that's what you want to do. So at the end of the session, you're going to offer the beta. Okay, so you're going to offer the beta at the end of the call. Now, how do you do that? There's 4 simple steps on how to actually do the pitch, the offer at the end, which feels not salesy, not pushy. It just feels like you're giving them an opportunity. Now, if you do your job well here and you really do show them what to think and they get clear on what they're doing wrong and how to actually do it, they feel it, they know what has to happen, then you offer the beta simply by this. First, you tell them the purpose of the program. So you just say the purpose of the program. You go, the purpose of this beta program is simple. I'm going to help you achieve this goal, whatever the end goal is now that you got from your research. See, the purpose of this program is to help you do this. For example, for mine, it would be the purpose of this program is to help you build a business teaching what you love or doing what you love, like I did, making 6 figures in a weekend. If you're a relationship coach, the purpose of this program is to help you find your first true love or to fix your marriage. The purpose of this program for a health coach is to lose 20 pounds in 30 days. Example, I don't even know if that's possible, but 20 pounds in 60, 90 days, okay? So you tell them the purpose so they know why they need to do this. The second thing is you teach them the bird's eye view of the process. Now, this is slightly different than what you do here in the strategy session. In the strategy session, you're really asking them questions about their roadblocks they're having and overcoming that with them on the call so that they feel like they can do it. You can also graze through the bird's eye view of what they got to do if they work with you. But technically, that's in the ending as well. So let's say through the one-on-one strategy call, I'm talking to them. I say, so here's the problems. Here's why that's not a problem. Here's why you can do it. I make them believe that they can do this end result. And that's why they're on the call with me. Now, by the end of it, I say, well, here is what I have to offer. I created a beta program, and I'm looking for people to start as my beta clients, meaning my first ever clients. Now, the purpose of this program is simple. The purpose of this program is to help you achieve this result. Now, here's the bird's eye view. We're going to go through 5 weeks, and within 5 weeks, week 1, we're going to cover this, week 2, we're going to cover this, and so on and so forth. So you say, this is how we're going to get you to the end of the purpose of this program. Then you're going to tell them that you're going to be charging, and then regular price in the future. Okay, so for example, when I worked with Celine, I told her to say on the phone that she's going to be charging $5,000 for this. I think she created a 8-week program. It was 2 months or 3 months, 90-day program. So she said, I'm going to charge $5,000 for this 3-month program with me. And she explained what the process is like, and she explained the purpose of the program. Then she said, however, for you, because I'm looking for testimonials right now, I'm looking for case studies, success stories, more of them for this coaching, I'm not going to charge you $5,000. If you want to be a part of the beta program, it's only, and this is where you get to determine how much you want to charge, it's only, and then beta price. Okay, so it's only beta price. Now, for her, she just cut it in half. She said if it's it's going to be $5,000. It's only $2,500 if you join in the call. And she pitched this to 5 different people. 2 of them signed up like this. Okay, within weeks, she had made $5,000. And I just want you to understand, she had never made money before as a coach, let alone done coaching. So she coached a lot of people for free, but she had never made money from it. She landed her first paying clients at $2,500 each. High ticket clients, almost about high ticket. $3,000 more is high ticket. But point is, she was trying to charge she was charging $75, $50. I don't count that as a client, guys. You guys aren't therapists. If you're a coach, you're charging at least $1,000 for what you do for some kind of result. So it's really up to you. Now, if you're starting out and your confidence in charging a lot is not that high, just say it's going to be $2,500 one day in the future. But for you, it's only $1,000 or $500. Now, do I recommend going lower than $500? No, because you're giving your time. Coaching is a very valuable thing. Even at the beta price, it shouldn't be less than $1,000 or $500. Bare minimum. But the only reason why you would charge so little is because you're just trying to land your first clients and prove to yourself this works, and also get some money to fuel your business and pay for marketing and experts to help you out with this. So simply on the call, let's say you do the free session, then you offer the beta. How you do that is, and make sure I do this, so you offer the beta. So step number 1 is this, step number 2 is this, step number 3 is this, step number 4 is this. So step number 1 is letting you know, hey, I have a beta program. The purpose of this program is to help you achieve XYZ, this result. Here's the bird's eye view of what we're going to go through. Here's the 4 to 6 week step process that I created based off. You don't tell them that, but you created it based off what they said. And then you say, in the future, I'm going to be charging $5,000, $4,000, $3,000. But for you today, because I'm looking for more case studies, and it's not about the money from you right now. I just want to get people in so I can help them more and get testimonials. Then I will only be charging this price. So a good idea is to say $5,000, dropping it to $2,500. You will land your first clients if you give enough value on the free call and give them enough for them to realize that you know what you're doing, and you get enough of those. It's a numbers game. A few of them are going to pay you, and that's high ticket. It makes you good money. Now, if you're starting off in your self-esteem, or not self-esteem, your confidence in charging more is not a lot. So you can say in the future it's going to be $2,000, but I'm just looking to offer it at $500 today. And $500 is a very, very reasonable price if they're going to be working with you for anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 6 sessions or whatever. So notice, by the way, I didn't recommend here selling one-on-one sessions. Do not do that. That is a waste of time. You might get a few $100 off a one-on-one session client sale, but it's not a business, guys. That's not a lot of money. If you sell an offer like a group coaching program, a beta offer for that, then you get 10 people paying you $500, you made $5,000. Or 10 people paying $1,000, you made $10,000. That way you land actual clients that pay you enough money to reinvest in your business. Do not go spending it, because here's the thing. This is a great way to land your first paying client if you have no money, and to really start from scratch with no money and go all the way to landing a first person willing to pay you $500,000, $2,000, $2,500 to work with you as a coach. But this is not a way to build a business. It has a ceiling. It will exhaust you. It takes a lot of effort and time, which is why you're saving money. When you spend money, you save a lot of time. When you spend time, you save a lot of money. In my opinion, time is more valuable than money. That's why I like to spend my money to get more, to save my time, because I can pay for ads, I can pay for experts to just show me what to do and get leads faster, as opposed to spending my time doing this. But in the beginning, we don't have that luxury. When I started my business, I really had no money for marketing or anything like that. Now, I spend about $500 a day on ads, and I'm getting, attracting high ticket leads into my business. And obviously we're making more than that money back. My point to you is, to get to that point, you want to at least go through this step-by-step process. So the first thing is ask campaign. You want to go out there and make an ask post. People have been recently asking me, let's review this together. Okay. So you understand the whole bird's eye view of what you got to do here after this video to go land your first paying clients. First part is the ask campaign. So you put an ask post on your social media saying, people have been recently asking me how I was able to achieve this result, or how I helped this person achieve this result. And I was thinking about teaching my step-by-step process. And so I was wondering who would be interested in learning how. And then you get all the people who comment or say that they're interested. You send them an ask survey, simple Google form, where you ask them questions where you can understand what their number one goal is, what their number one roadblock is, and what their number one thing that they want to learn from you is. So you can understand what they want, what's stopping them from getting what they want, and what they want to learn from you, which is why they're showing interest. Then you go and create a beta offer, an outline of a beta offer based off what you learned in the survey, to show them a 4 to 6 step process on what you're going to walk them through to help them achieve the goal that they have without the roadblocks that they have, by learning the things that they want to learn and the things that as an expert they have to learn as well. Then you go and offer a free session to each of the people who filled out the survey, or really to anyone if they're interested. Get them to fill out a survey too. And you offer a one-on-one free call with them where you pretty much answer the questions and make sure they overcome the roadblocks in their mind about doing this thing you're about to show them how to do in your program. So what you want to do is make them believe that it's possible. You want them to get off the call thinking, I can do this. I can do what you're telling me to do. That's why I want to learn how. So if you leave them thinking, I know what to do, but I don't know how, then that's where you probe them to actually think about buying your high ticket, your beta offer to work with you as a client. Does that make sense? So the real goal of a free session and the free call is to teach them what to do, so that they're left with, how do I do that? And they want to pay you to learn how. So you get your first paying client. Does that make sense? So inspire them to believe that it's possible for them, believe that they can do it, and believe that your step-by-step process is going to help them do it. And you can just do that by literally explaining them to them, overcoming their roadblocks, and giving them examples of yourself, of other people you've helped, or just giving them, logical point of views and perspectives that make them go, this is possible, I can do this. And once you've done that, at the end of the call, obviously, you will feel them wanting to learn how. And that's when you go into, so I have a beta offer that I'm working on, a beta program, and you're the first to hear about it, right? You could let them know that. So you let them know, simply, you offer them the beta program so that they can take your offer and work with you. You give them a chance, an opportunity. And the simple process is simple. It's 4 simple steps here where you walk through. Pretty much you say, I have a beta program I'm working on, and the purpose of this program is to help you achieve this result, which is what they're looking to do and what you've been talking to them for on the one-on-one call with them for the whole time, and how it's possible for them. Then you tell them the bird's eye view of what it looks like on what, if they work with you, what it's going to look like. So the 4 to 6 step process that you learned from your ask survey. And then you let them know, and it's simple, don't get all weird and shaky or, hesitant when you get to this part, because you're doing them a favor. Remember that. You're doing them a favor by giving them a massive discount to be a part of your program before you charge your full price. Remember that when you're offering your price. So you go into, now in the future, I'm going to be charging $5,000 for this, but because I want more testimonials and more people in the program off the bat, I want to work with you, and you don't have to pay $5,000. For anyone who joins my beta program, it's only going to be $2,500. Now, if your confidence is not so high to charge that kind of money, then what you can do is just say, in the future, I'm going to be charging $2,000 for this program, but because I want more case studies and more testimonials and more people to go through this program, it's not about the money for me right now. I'm willing to do this program for anyone who joins now, so it's your option to join now if you want, only for $500. Now, I wouldn't go lower than $500, because then it gets really cheap and people don't believe that for less than $500 anything's going to really happen. Imagine you don't go into a dealership and buy a car for $5,000 and pretend it's going to be really good. It's bad when you pay for that low for a car. So you at least want to charge $500 so that it's something that they can have to make a decision financially on to work with you. So simple process, guys. You literally inspire them on the call. And then you say, hey, so by the way, I'm working on a beta program to help people do this thing. Did you want to hear about it? Yeah, sure. The purpose of the program is to help you achieve this result. Here's the 4 to 6 step process. Week 1, we do this. Week 2, we do this. Week 3, we do this. And then I'm going to be charging this much for it in the future. But today, if you actually want to join the call on this call right now, it's only going to be this much. And it's like 50 to 75% off. If it's $2,000, you can make it $500. If $5,000, you can make it $2,000, $2,500. But remember to hold your word on that. Do not charge less again in the future. By then you should have a program, results, and everything that people can pay you the price you want to charge. So simple 4-step process, guys. This has worked for clients I've worked with that had no money who wanted to start out. I've also done this in various different ways. This method of getting research, creating an offer that's a beta, offering free sessions or something for free to get people interested, and then offering a bigger program to them at the end. That's worked a lot of times. I've done it once as well from a stage where I created a beta offer and I said I was going to charge X amount of dollars in the future, and I'm only charging this much now, and I offered it to a group of people, and I sold $9,500, got 32 people involved in my program, and I never created the program, by the way. It was not done before, which is a better way to create your program and sell them. So this is how I've gotten the money organically and for free to actually be able to afford to pay for marketing, advertising, and experts. Now, let's say you do this whole thing and you get your first paying clients. You make a few $1,000s, maybe you make $5,000, maybe $10,000. I've had clients that have done all 3 of those things. Now what's next? Well, you can't build a coaching business to 6 figures just doing this. This is sadly to say it, actually, this is what most coaches are doing, thinking that that is a way to build a business. It's not. This is just a good way to get off the runway, but then you got to fly. And where you fly to is important. And who's going to help you fly there is important. So let's say you do this and you get your first paying clients. What should you do? I'll tell you what I did. I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you what I did. The moment I closed, I had my first ever $20,000 month because I did a beta offer and I got people involved, and then from there I sold higher ticket after that. And I remember my first ever month I made $20,000. I took that money and I literally reinvested almost all of it into more programs to learn how to get better at what I do. And I invested into business programs, marketing programs, speaking programs, coaching programs to help me get better at my craft. And that year, I remember my first year we finished at $105,000 in sales. The next year, just from all the investments I made from that money, I literally more than doubled my income from reinvesting in myself. So what's the answer after you get your first paying clients? You take that money and reinvest it into expert help to show you how to set up a system. Now, if you are looking at this and you're like, I want some help with this alone, and you do have some money, but you want to start earning money from coaching, then I highly recommend you skip the weeks or months of trial and error trying to figure this out on your own from this video and really just pay someone who's done it to help you do it. Now, I've worked with tons of coaches, helped them launch their business from scratch. My fastest students have got their first client within a couple weeks. Have built an entire coaching business in just 8 weeks. So we work fast with people because we know when you're starting out, you need cash flow right away. And so that's what we focus on. Now, if you're watching this and you either want help with this process so you can get your first paying clients, or you go out and do this and you want help afterwards, then all you need to do is book a call with my team. If you click the link provided with this video, then you can get on the call with my team, where we're going to go over, what's holding you back with building your business, what are the things you can do to fix them, and a game plan, create a game plan for you to achieve your goals as a coach. Now, if you're interested in getting help on this, or you go out and get clients and you want to reinvest into an expert to help you, then maybe me and my team are a good fit for you, but that's up for you to decide. All you need to do is book a call and with the link provided with this video, and we'll get on the call and see if you're a right fit for us, if we're a right fit for you. And if it seems like we can work together, then we'll show you how that works. And we can help you launch your coaching business as well. And landing your first paying clients is not going to be the only thing you'll do. You'll land your first high ticket clients, and then you'll land your first, $10,000, $50,000 a month. That's what we want to get you to, but it all starts with this. I'll end it with this. I remember the first time I ever got my first paying client. They paid me not a lot of money, $115, but I remember looking at that money and thinking, this works. This can happen. When you do this and you get your first paying clients, or you land your first paying client, I know what that feeling is like. And I want to try to save you the months of time that I wish I would go back to my my past self and tell me, if I knew everything I know now, years later, I would just go back and say, look, every dime you make, put it back into expert help and find the people who built the business you want to build and tell them to teach you their system. Because I've done that, and it's way better than trying to figure it out on your own. This is a great video on how to get your first client, but if you truly want to build a business, if you're serious about helping people, if you're serious about becoming a coach, then you need to get someone who is far ahead of you and just pay them to show you how it's done. And you will save more time and make more money if you invest a little bit of money now that leave your bank account to an expert to help you. You'll get that all back faster than you could ever do it on your own. So If you're watching this and you want some help, then book a call on my team and we'll speak to you. I really hope this video helped and it was valuable for you as a startup or a beginner coach. And I hope it gives you the same inspiration to land your first client that it did to me, where years later now I'm building a business and my whole life is around what I love to do. My passion for helping others has become a profitable 6-figure coaching business. I hope me and my team could help you do the same thing. Until I see you next time, see you in the next video. Book a call, let's talk. I'm excited to see what we can do for you. See you in the next video.